I want to talk about the Denver Broncos because to me, this is the most disrespected team going into the upcoming NFL season. Most people only have this squad only winning four, no more than 5 games, but I view Denver as a borderline playoff team. From a talent standpoint, they don't have a lot to be excited about. They got Patrick Surtain, a really good offensive line, and they got some decent weapons around rookie quarterback Bo Nix. But the main reason why I see Denver exceeding expectations this year is, for one, you got Sean Payton, one of the best offensive minds in the history of the game at head coach. And it's been a very long time since Sean Payton has had a losing season. His final season in New Orleans, he won 9 games with Jameis, Taysom Hill, and Trevor Siemian at quarterback. You give him Bo Nix, who in his mind is the second coming of Drew Brees, with how well he plays within structure, how accurate he is throwing the ball in between the numbers. He also has a lot of athleticism, which is going to allow Sean Payton to open the playbook up a little bit more, run some design quarterback runs, RPOs, read options. Denver's offense is going to be more improved this year compared to what they were in 2023. Russell Wilson was a bad fit for the kind of system that Sean Payton wanted to run. He didn't play well within structure. He didn't get the ball out on time. He wasn't a rhythmatic passer. And with how ineffective Denver's offense was at times, it slowed down the defense, because when your offense is going 3-and-out, they can't sustain drives, they can't move the chains, your defense ends up being on the field for more plays than what they should be. They got tired and more fatigued faster. With the improved offense that should be way more efficient at keeping opposing defenses on the field and their defense off the field, you should see a big spike in improvement under the Denver Broncos defense. Well, from the Denver Broncos defense under defensive coordinator Vance Joseph. What Denver did such a good job of last season was being able to force turnovers in big moments of games last year. This year, with your defense having more rest, with your offense being improved, this is going to be a defense that is going to be more reliable and dependable this season. I was a huge fan of Bo Nix when he was coming out of Oregon. And I thought the best place for him was Denver, working with Sean Payton. He is pretty much the closest thing that there is to being an actual QB whisperer in the league. Look at his resume. He was able to go 5-0 with Teddy Bridgewater back in 2019 when Drew Brees got injured. He had Jameis Winston playing turnover-free football, something that no head coach has ever been able to do. Every year, there's a team that overachieves, even though they may not have a good roster, but because they have a great coach who's able to maximize the talent that he has on his team. And Sean Payton has a team that, from a schematic standpoint, can do everything that he wants offensively. Bo Nix, we saw him in his preseason debut. He was running around, extending plays, making great throws on the run. He's a really good athlete. Some of y'all may not remember this, but when he was coming out of Auburn, he was a 4- or 5-star recruit. He was one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks from his recruiting class. So there is a lot of physical upside that Bo Nix possesses, and he should end up being the second best rookie quarterback this season based off a production standpoint, right behind Caleb Williams. Because the big knock on Bo Nix was that he was a check down machine coming out of Oregon. That's what Sean Payton wants. He wants a quarterback that's not going to hold on to the ball long, who's going to do a good job of being a point guard, being a distributor where he gets the ball out fast, he takes what the defense gives him. That's the perfect quarterback that Sean Payton needs for his system. Russell Wilson hindered the offense because he held on to the ball long, he took unnecessary sacks, and he just wasn't good throwing the football in the middle of the field. All those areas that Russ struggled in under Sean Payton are the complete opposite in terms of what are the strengths of Bo Nix's game. And Bo Nix, with him being coached by Sean Payton, this is going to elevate him to having a higher ceiling than what most analysts and scouts thought that he would have if he would have went to any other team. I really see Denver being around a 7-8 win team this year. And if this offensive line ends up playing at a top 10 level, because this isn't a trash offensive line. Don't let the stats fool you from last year. A lot of those sacks were not on Denver's offensive line. It was due to Russ' inability to play within the structure of Sean Payton's offense. Bo Nix is going to be such an upgrade at quarterback that not only is it going to improve the offense, but the whole entire team should get a giant performance boost with having improved quarterback play, which is why I see Denver being a team that could easily exceed expectations. Many record predictions that I've watched and seen on the internet don't have Denver winning no more than 5-6 games at best. But if everything goes right for Bo Nix and this defense is able to improve due to having an offense that isn't inept, then I can see this being an 8-win team. Maybe they could sneak into the playoffs, steal a couple of games in upset fashion, and be a wild card team this year. So I see Denver massively overachieving this year, and there's a lot of disrespect being thrown on Denver because people don't like Sean Payton. Nobody thought Bo Nix was that good, but they're about to prove a lot of you guys wrong this year.